and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Akshita and you are watching Akshita's Recipes. The theme of my channel is to keep it simple, quick, yet delicious. So like all my other recipes, today's recipe too is going to be very simple to make, few ingredients, and the end result is going to be really delicious where you're going to want to make it again and again. So let's get started with today's recipe. So let's see how to prepare this lovely Goan Bhaji Pav. Now here I've taken exactly 1 cup of these white vatana or white peas. I've washed it well under running water and then I've soaked it for about 7 to 8 hours or overnight. The next morning I just peeled 1 potato, diced it up and added both of them to my pressure pan by adding enough water, and I'm going to cook it for 1 whistle on high and then simmer for 10 minutes. And once the cooker is cooled, you're going to see that your peas or your white vatana are completely cooked and your potatoes also are cooked, but they're not overcooked too. So you can just check one of the vatanas by pressing them and you'll know that it's all ready, and so is the potato. So now let's see all the other ingredients. They are all easy. Regular ingredients we always have in our kitchen. So here is the vatana with the cooked potato. Now we require 1 large onion, which I have nicely sliced very fine. Here are about 5 large cloves of garlic. This is half an inch of ginger which I've peeled and just cut up into small pieces. These are 4 dried red chillies, 2 tablespoons of fresh coconut, 1 star anise, just 1 leaf of mace or 1 petal of mace, half an inch of cinnamon, 4 lavangs or cloves. These are about 10 peppercorns or miri. This is about 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds or saunf. That is khus, which is again 1 teaspoon. Now besides that, I've just taken about 1 teaspoon of tamarind and soaked it in some warm water. Then we also require another medium-sized onion which I've just diced up, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder or haldi, a pinch of garam masala and some salt to taste. Now I have a recipe for homemade garam masala. I'll leave a link below. So now we are all ready to make our lovely Goan Bhaji Pav or Tonak. Yes, I just wanted to show you my beautiful flowers. You can always, pep up your kitchen by just adding some fresh flowers and, it just peps up your mood. So let's start with today's recipe, guys. It's super easy to make and it's really, really delicious to have. So now I've taken a pan and in my pan I've just heated about 1 tablespoon of oil. Now first we're going to fry all of our masalas. So we're going to start by adding the cloves of garlic. Let them fry well. Then goes in the ginger. Keep your flame between low to medium. Now it's always good to keep a small little plate handy so you can rest your spoon on it so you don't have to later on clean up your gas top or your platform. You can use any regular small little plate. It really helps and makes the work and cleaning process easier. Now we're going to next add our peppercorns. Now when you add the spices, keep your flame at the least. Then I've added the petal of mace, my star anise. Next goes in my cinnamon, cloves. Then goes in my khus or poppy seeds. Next goes in my saunf or fennel. Then goes in my dried red chillies. And now we're just going to fry everything. At this point, you'll get the lovely aroma of all these beautiful spices. Now I'm going to add my fresh coconut. Again, just give it a little bit of a fry. And then goes in my sliced up onion. Now, for those of you who don't know what this Goan Bhaji Pav or Tonak is, it's a kind of a breakfast item, and you'll get it at all most of the cafes, especially the old cafes that have been there in Goa for a long time. You'll have this Bhaji Pav served as breakfast, and it's so yummy, it's so delicious. So now you got to fry all of this really well on a low to medium flame. If you fry all your masalas well, even the life of the dish remains a little longer, and also the flavor is longer. Now I'm just going to let this masala or this bagar just cool to room temperature. Then I'm going to transfer it to my blender. And then we're just going to add about a tablespoon or two of water as required. And we're going to grind this to a very, very fine paste. This is very key. We don't want it to be a coarse paste. It has to be extremely, extremely fine. So using your judgment, how much ever water you require, add that. I've added about 2 tablespoons and grind it to a very, very fine paste, maybe 3 or 4 times. You have to get a paste like this. And then we're going to use the reserve water. So that is the water which remains in your mixer pot or your grinding stone, whatever you're using. That also has all the flavors, so never get rid of that. So now we are all ready with our ingredients. Now I've added 1 more tablespoon of oil to my pan. You don't require too much of oil for usars or for this Bhaji Pav. Now I'm going to add my diced up onion that I had cut up roughly. Fry that well too. Then we're going to add the turmeric powder or the haldi powder. Give that a fry. Now next goes in a pinch of garam masala. Like I said, I have a recipe of homemade garam masala which is super, super simple. I'll leave a link below, and you can just go and check it out. So now I'm adding my ground paste. I guess I'll add the pinch of garam masala later on. So now I'm going to add the ground paste. Now we've already fried all of these spices, so you don't need to fry this for a very long time, but just give it a good mix so that it blends very well with the onion. Mix everything nicely. Now I'm going to add my garam masala, like I said. This also adds a lovely flavor to the dish. And then we're going to add our cooked up vatana or white peas and our potato. Give everything a nice mix. Then we're going to add all our reserve water. That is the water that we washed up the mixer pot with, so we don't lose any of the goodness. And then we're going to give everything a good mix. And now all we're left to do is add our salt to taste, a pinch of sugar, and our tamarind juice. Friends, if you haven't had Goan Bhaji Pav, then guys, make this and have it, and then you know what I'm talking about. It's just an amazing dish. So now I'm just adding some salt to taste. I think I've added about 2 teaspoons, but you add it according to your taste. Then I like to add a pinch of sugar. Give everything a nice mix. Now this goes very well only with pav. I mean, you can have it, and then I want to add the tamarind juice. I mean, you can have it with chapati, puri, rice, but it's best with pav because the pav soaks up all the goodness of this lovely, lovely bhaji.
I know I'm going to come up with a recipe of pav very soon. I've got many requests. I've got requests from recently Maria Bocaro sent me a message saying, Akshita, when are you going to prepare homemade bread? So that's on my charts, but I think I should be preparing pav that will go, like ideally with this recipe. So look out for my pav recipe coming up. And that's it, friends. You just cover and cook it for about 5 to 10 minutes and it's all ready. So I just took out some to taste and I just found that I needed a little bit more of salt. So I added it and it is just perfect. So like I said, the best way to eat this is with some lovely pav. And of course, if you're in Goa and you get the Goan pavs, then it's just a match made in heaven.
So friends, I hope you enjoyed watching today's recipe. I hope you're going to give today's recipe a try. Share my recipes with family and friends. Go and visit my channel. I have more than 500 recipes as of today. So go try them out, share them with family and friends, and let me know also in the comment section below how you like the recipe. Also, don't forget to give this recipe a big thumbs up by clicking the thumbs up icon that you see below this video. If you haven't joined Akshita's recipes yet, click the subscribe button that you see below this video and become a part of Akshita's recipes. And once you have subscribed, there's a little bell icon that will pop up. Just click it. That way, whenever I put up a new video, a recipe, vlog, or I'm just online waiting to chat with you, you'll get a message for the same. So friends, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will catch you in my next video sooner than you think. This is Akshita saying bye. Take care, stay healthy, stay fit, be loving and kind to one another. So till I see you in my next video, bye.